This is the unboxing and how to use video of Nuwave Pro XL. Before you first use your Nuwave Pro XL, make sure you remove all items from the box and discard any packaging materials or stickers. Remove all accessories from their packaging and wash them in warm, soapy water and dry completely. Once the accessories are ready, make sure your Nuwave Pro XL is on a stable, level, and heat-resistant surface. Place the mesh rack with grill plate in position as desired. Next, place the cooking rack in positions 2, 3, or 4 as desired. Finally, you can find the crumb tray at the bottom. Simply pull it out and push it back in after cleaning. Get started cooking with your Nuwave Pro XL by turning the unit on with the on-off button. The LED display will show the default cooking temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit and the default time of 15 minutes. The Start/Pause button is also a dial that can be used to adjust various settings, including temperature and time. To adjust the cooking temperature, press Temp and turn the dial to set your temperature between 50 and 500 degrees Fahrenheit. The cooking time can also be adjusted by pressing Time and turning the dial. Once your temperature and time are set, press Start to begin cooking. To pause the oven at any point, press Pause again. The Nuwave Pro XL features a menu of 12 convenient cooking functions available at your disposal. Each of these functions has a preset cooking temperature and time, both of which can be adjusted if you see fit. Each menu function also has at least one recommended rack position, which is shown on the LED display. For example, the Roast function recommends you use rack level 1, whereas the Bake function recommends either rack level 1, 2, or 3. To access these menu options, press the Menu button and turn the dial until the function you wish to access is illuminated. Then press Start to begin cooking. The Nuwave Pro XL can be set to preheat before it begins cooking. First, set your desired cooking temperature and time. For example, set the cooking temperature to 200 degrees Fahrenheit and the cooking time to 2 minutes, as a demonstration. Then press the Preheat and Start button. The Nuwave Pro XL will begin preheating to your set cooking temperature, while Preheat scrolls across the display. Once it reaches the set temperature, the Nuwave Pro XL will beep and show Ready on the display, and a 10-second countdown will begin. At this point, add your food to the oven within those 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, the Pro XL will start cooking automatically. The digital temperature probe can be used to measure the internal temperature of your food as it cooks. Simply plug the probe into the jack on the control panel, then insert the other end into the thickest part of your food without touching any bone. The probe will be shown on the display, along with the current temperature of your food and the default target temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn the dial to set your target temperature between 50 and 212 degrees Fahrenheit. For example, we use the default setting at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, press the Start button to begin cooking. The Nuwave Pro XL will emit 3 double beeps to alert you when the measured temperature is within 10 degrees of the target temperature, and show carryover on the display. At this point, you can take the food out with probe for carryover cooking, or leave the food inside to keep cooking. Once the measured temperature reaches the target temperature, the Nuwave Pro XL will emit 3 long beeps and automatically stop cooking. The Nuwave Pro XL can sear foods at high heat. Press the Sear button. The default settings of 500 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes will be shown on the display. The maximum sear time is 30 minutes. Adjust these settings as needed, then press Start to begin cooking. Sear will scroll on the display. The Nuwave Pro XL includes 100 pre-programmed recipes available for your convenience. You can find these recipes in your Quick Start guide. To access these 100 presets, press the Preset button and turn the dial until the number corresponding to your chosen preset is shown on the display. Then, press Start to begin cooking. The preset is adjustable. If you want to change the preset temperature in time, simply use the dial to adjust the temperature and press the Time button to adjust the cooking time. Some of the presets work with a probe, so make sure to plug in the probe before pressing the start button. To use the warm function, press the warm button. The default warm temperature is 140 degrees, but you can increase that up to 200 degrees by turning the dial. The default warm time is 1 hour, but you can adjust that by pressing time and turning the dial to select a time up to 3 hours. Then press start to begin. Alternatively, you can press and hold the warm button, and the Bravo will immediately begin warming at the default settings. You can adjust these settings at any point. By default, the Nuwave Pro XL is set to cook with the heaters in the top and bottom of the unit at 50% power each. You can adjust the distribution of power between these heaters by pressing the top-bottom button. Top and bottom will be shown on the display, with 50 under each. Simply turn the dial to adjust the heating percentage and press Start to begin cooking at this setting. The total heat distribution will always equal 100%. By default, the Nuwave Pro XL fan operates at speed level 3, which is the highest setting. Press the fan button to lower the speed to 2. Press again to lower to 1, and again to lower the speed to 0, which is off. Press fan again to return the speed to 3. Additional features. To change the temperature settings to Celsius, press and hold the temp button for 4 seconds until you hear 2 beeps. Repeat to switch back to Fahrenheit. If you want to change the default cooking temperature and time, simply set a new temperature and time, then press and hold the start button until you hear 2 beeps. Now the Bravo will always default to this new temperature. By default, the Nuwave Pro XL displays the cooking time by hours and minutes. If you want to see the time shown in minutes and seconds, press and hold the time button for 4 seconds until you hear 2 beeps. Press the light button to turn the internal light on and off. To ensure no accidental button presses, you can lock the Nuwave Pro XL control panel by pressing light and fan together. Unlock the control panel by pressing light and fan simultaneously again, or by pressing on/off. Don't want to hear all those beeps? You can mute your Nuwave Pro XL by pressing and holding the top-bottom button until you hear 2 beeps. Repeat to unmute. Another popular feature is the toast function. The default setting is 5, a nice golden brown toast. It has 10 different toast settings with preheat, like 1 being the lightest and 10 being the darkest. To adjust the toast levels, press the time button and select your desired toast level. And you can fit 6 pieces of toast to comfortably feed the entire family.
Nuwave, trusted name in home cooking and appliances.